Hello boys and girls, and welcome to another King Jiffy Coats video where I regale you with the random stories I find interesting. Today we're jumping into the greatest actor to ever grace the screen, Jack Nicholson. In the neon haze of Hollywood, where dreams are spun into celluloid and ambition cuts sharper than a switchblade, Jack Nicholson emerged as a legend cloaked in enigma. His life was a covert operation, a high-stakes game played with a grin that could disarm and destroy. To the world, he was a rogue, the jester, a man who could steal a scene with a raised eyebrow. But behind the myth, Jack was a tactician, navigating fame's battlefield with the precision of a seasoned operative, forging bonds that were vital to his legend and his performances. Whispers in Tinseltown spoke of a prophecy: a boy from Neptune would refine the silver screen, his name etched in the stars before he even set foot on a Hollywood set. Born in 1937 in Neptune City, New Jersey, John Joseph Nicholson entered a world of secrets. His mother, June, passed him off as her brother's son to shield him from scandal. Deception so tightly held that Jack didn't even crack the code until his 30s. Raised by Ethel May, a beauty parlor matriarch with the general's resolve, Jack grew up in a crucible of small-town grit. Local lore claimed Ethel's shop was a front for dreamers plotting their escapes to the West Coast, where Jack formed his first alliance with his childhood friend, a budding poet named Lou, who taught him the power of words could sway hearts. Young Jack absorbed it all, learning the charm was a weapon. By high school, he was a legend, the kid who could talk his way out of detention with a devilish smirk. A tale told in Tune's Diners, where Lou's sister swore Jack left her a love note that read like a script. The 1950s saw Jack's infiltration of Hollywood, a young operative with nothing but a dream and a grin. Los Angeles was a war zone of egos, where agents and producers ruled like warlords. Jack, barely 20, slipped into the fray, taking a bit parts in B-movies like The Crybaby Killer. He was a ghost, studying the terrain, writing script, directing low-budget flicks, each job a mission to map the industry's fault lines. Industry insiders whispered of a cursed script he wrote, one that vanished after predicting a star's downfall with eerie accuracy. It was here where he met Susan Stronberg, a fellow dreamer whose intensity matched his own. Their brief romance, though fleeting, taught Jack the art of vulnerability, a skill he'd wield on screen. His early roles were small, but his presence was systemic, planting seeds for a revolution in acting that would ripple beyond Hollywood's borders.
Words like honor,
the 1960s
code,
were Jack's
loyalty.
covert ops phase, aligning with Roger
Corman,
the king of low-budget
them as a
cinema
punch.
who turned out films like a munition factory. Jack starred in The Raven and The Terror, balancing menace with magnetism. Off-screen, there was a counterculture fixture, plotting with Dennis Hopper and Peter Fonda in a smoke-filled Venice beach house. His friendship with Hopper, a volatile artist with a rebel's heart, was a brotherhood forged in late-night debates about art and freedom. They vowed to shake Hollywood's foundation. Legends swirled. Jack once outwitted a studio exec in a poker game, winning a role with a bluff and a laugh, a story Hopper retold with glee. His breakthrough in Easy Rider in 1969 was a cultural detonation. As George Hanson, a boozy lawyer, Jack didn't just steal scenes, he wrote the rules of stardom. The Academy's nod for Best Supporting Actor was a signal. Jack Nicholson was no longer a ghost. His raw energy, shaped by Hopper's encouragement, inspired a generation of actors to reject polished archetypes, reshaping global cinema's approach to authenticity. The 1970s were the golden campaign, a decade of calculated strikes that redefined the industry. 5 easy pieces showcased his ability to embody the restless, a man who could play Chopin and curse a waitress in one breath. His bond with director Rob Rafelson, a confidant who saw Jack's soul in every frame, made the film a landmark, cracking open the door for character-driven dramas. Chinatown in 1974 was his masterstroke. As J.J. Gittins, a private eye ensnared in corruption, Jack was hunter and hunted. His performance a tightrope of wit and vulnerability. His romance with Angelica Houston, fiery and fraught, began during this time. Her presence grounded him. Though their clashes were stuff of legend, some swore she inspired Giddy's haunted edge. Industry tales claimed Jack improvised half his lines, weaving a spell that left director Roman Polanski, a friend who became a collaborator, in awe. The film's success elevated noir to an art form, its influence echoing in global cinema. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest in 1975 was a triumph. As Randall McMurphy battling Nurse Ratchet's tyranny, Jack waged war on conformity. His performance was fueled by his loyalty to producer Michael Douglas, who fought to cast him. His first Oscar was a coronation. The film's global impact sparking debates on mental health and authority. Quoted in protest from Prague to Paris, Jack's influence wasn't confined to the screen. His Mulholland Drive home was the command center where Hollywood's elite gathered. His friendship with Warren Beatty, a fellow strategist, turned parties into power plays, their banter shaping deals that changed the industry. Legends told of a secret room where Jack kept a ledger of industry secrets, a myth that kept moguls on edge. He turned down roles like The Godfather and The Sting, guided by his bond with Beatty, who urged him to choose vision over fame. Jack wasn't chasing stardom. He was building an empire, mentoring young actors and pushing studios to take risks. His influence was empowering stars worldwide to demand creative control. The 1980s brought The Shining, a psychological operation under Stanley Kubrick, a director Jack revered despite their clashes. As Jack Torrance, his "Here's Johnny" was a cultural war cry. Rumors persisted he smashed a real door with a golf club, a story Kubrick, a friend turned taskmaster, never denied. The film's terror reshaping horror globally. Terms of endearment and Batman followed. Jack's Joker, a mythical villain born from his talks with Tim Burton, a young visionary who saw Jack as a mentor. His relationships with Hudson frayed, her departure leaving scars some say fueled his darker roles. Though he never confirmed the coded apologies, fans saw his glances. His ability to pivot from menace to warmth to anarchy made him a global icon. Jack's personal life was a minefield. His children, especially his daughter Jennifer, saw a father who was more myth than man. Their bond strained but fiercely loving. The death of John Belushi, a brother in chaos, hit hard. A loss Jack mourned privately with Fonda. Jack wore his flaws like medals, his unapologetic humanity resonating globally from Mumbai's struggling actor to Moscow's dreamers. In the 1990s and 2000s saw Jack as Hollywood's elder statesman. A Few Good Men's "You Can't Handle the Truth" was a battle cry shaped by his trust in Rob Reiner, a director who became family. As Good as It Gets earned another Oscar. His Melvin Undall, a curmudgeon with a heart, inspired by his new love, Rebecca Brociard. Even in anger management, his presence was a force. His friendship with Adam Sandler sparking unexpected chemistry. His Laker courtside antics became folklore, fans swearing he stopped a game with a quip. Jack's impact was tectonic. He refined acting, blending method and with improvisational flair. His choices forcing studios to value risk over formula. His bonds with Hoffer, Beatty, Houston, and others were his strength. Each relationship a thread in his legend. Globally, his films sparked controversy on power, madness, freedom. His influence felt in every actor who dared to bare their soul. Now in his twilight, Jack has retired, a general in his fortress. Painting, reading, watching basketball. Whispers tell of a final script, perhaps a love letter to Houston or a nod to his children. The world waits, knowing Jack Nicholson didn't just live a life, he crafted a legend, his grin a beacon for dreamers everywhere. Now I hoped you enjoyed our little tale today about one of the greatest actors to ever grace the screen. And if you want more fun stories like this, always make sure to like and subscribe all my videos so money can rain down on me and I can become a god of this YouTube ecosystem. But until next time, I'm gonna leave you with one piece of advice. Stop gooning in the closet.